Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and discoveringbands.com. And for everyone watching, if you share this video on my channel and help support the awesome artists that I featured. Today I'm here with Therese Lefèbvre. How are you doing today?
Hi, Michael. Thank you so much for this invite, for this interview. It's been quite a while that people have been asking me to appear on video talking. And I haven't really done that, so I guess, yeah, today is the day. I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're doing fine.
Yeah, it's great to have you here with your first video interview. And I want to start off by saying, what got you into playing the piano to begin with?
Clarinet. This is going to be quite a funny story. I was like 7 years of age, and it's an age where sometimes parents ask you, what would you like to do as a hobby? They never really pressed for any direction, but there were some openings in a band which is quite close by to where my parents lived, and there were openings to learn clarinet. So they go would you like to try that out? And I go, yeah, okay. I've been to 3 lessons, and somehow it did not work out. I got out thinking I have zero talent for music, and I think I should take any other direction. However, after that there were some openings for a church choir, singing this time, and I tried that out as well. And I go back home, and my mom is like, how did it go now with the singing? And I go, actually, it's the organ playing, which was more interesting for me. I suddenly came up with this idea, okay, I like the lady playing the organ, but I would like to play piano. So, I could tell that a church organ is not something really that you can learn and practice at home. So the closest instrument to that would have been piano. So that's a bit how it all started.
Awesome. And where does the inspiration for your videos come from?
So basically, I don't really go first by a storyline and then I do the music. It goes the other way around. Many a time I sit at my piano, I improvise something. Sometimes I even have some melodies playing in my mind. So I just sit at my piano and I just put that into practice, kind of. And many a time, whilst I am playing, I already have a little bit of fantasies forming in my mind. Some are inspired by my own experiences of the moment. Many a time they are feelings, of the moment. And sometimes it is a mix of everything. It is a mix of the fantasies, the reality, and then somehow I put them together. But many a time I'm playing piano and I already have things playing in my mind. Some are feasible to get them on video, and some are not. What is possible, I try to get on video. But that's a bit how my music kind of, is inspired, and then how my video work gets inspired after that.
Yeah, your videos, it's pretty incredible. It's incredible, especially the editing. How long does your video editing take?
It depends. It depends on the length of the tracks, for sure. It depends on the themes. So I would say a standard 4-minute track with no huge storyline might take maybe 4 days, 5 days of on and off editing. For sure, I just don't sit at my laptop editing videos all the time. Then when it comes to these maybe orchestral productions with a huge storyline, for example, I have this series called Traveler with Lazy Pixel Production. Each video of that, and we're not mentioning the filming. This is just the editing. The editing of one Traveler video takes sometimes even a month and a half of on and off editing. So, because everything has to be also exactly timed with the music, the changes in the music go with the changes of the scenes, and everything has to be in sync, and that's a lot of editing, yeah. But ultimately, it's very, very rewarding at the end of the day.
Yeah, your videos are incredible. Now, you've done some collaborations. Do you reach out to them, or did these artists reach out to you, or how does that work?
It works both ways. So, yeah, I mean, I do have right now like a number of musicians and producers with who we already created some works together, and we felt at home with each other, and we keep on doing other music. And then, yeah, exactly, then comes more. The more is sometimes I notice someone where I say, that might be a nice opportunity to do something together. Sometimes they reach me. What is always like good in these collaborations is when both musicians kind of like each other's works, because then what happens is it just flows. So far, I think I never worked on any collaboration where it just didn't kind of fit into place on its own. And yeah, but as I said, it comes really, really both ways. Sometimes they approach me, sometimes I approach them, and yeah, that's how it goes.
Awesome. And with being a YouTuber, tell us your experience with doing YouTube.
So YouTube actually was finally the right platform for me, which I had been kind of trying to look for through the years. I have been doing music for quite a long time by now. Okay, I first started with classic music. I did like 20 years of classic, and I did the standard studies, which is like first you do the grades, and then you do the diplomas. And then after that, you have to choose what you're going to do with your music, right? And I always wanted to compose for movies. It's not easy to reach that. First and foremost, you need to be discovered, kind of, and as we know, it is very difficult in our times to get discovered just like that. You first have to have a showcase, So I had been long years not really knowing what I'm going to do with my music. I had been composing for a very long time. I think my first composition started when I was a teenager, and I never really knew how can I somehow do something with my music. And that's the thing, I always kind of had a visual idea of my music, not just, the audio part. Yeah, what happened is, 2.5 years ago, I went unfortunately through tragedy. I suffered a loss, and I had spent quite a long time in this stale position, suffering kind of this tragedy, and I was at home for a time, and somehow I said, don't waste this time that you're at home. I wasn't really able to be at work, but I could be able maybe to start something creative. And that's the thing, I had like time on my hands, to do something whilst I was at home. So I said, try to do something finally with music. And somehow this idea came up of, YouTube. And why YouTube? YouTube was a platform where I could combine my music, but also create a video for it. I knew it's very tough to kind of get someone use your music in a movie, so I had like a love for photography myself. And I just thought, try to do some video work yourself, combine it to your music, and you place it on YouTube. And just over 2 years ago, I opened my YouTube channel, and since then, it just kept on going.
Yeah, your music is very deep and full of emotion, and that's your photography work and in your videos. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Nice doing it. I always when I compose and when I do these videos, many a time they are very, very much inspired by maybe whatever I'm going through in my life. I mean, I don't really put the exact story. I know what's going on in my life, but everything is very, very current, So sometimes even like seeing the feedback, how our friends on YouTube or how our followers kind of relate to the music, it almost feels as if you are, okay, not directly giving the exact picture of what is going on, but somehow there is like this automatic support for your maybe personal situation, personal condition. And it helps because you're sharing your music and there are your current feelings in the music, and somehow there are people that are kind of giving you feedback with regards to that current situation, and somehow it gets very, very, very intimate, and I do like that a lot. That there's also like a lot of these friends commenting on YouTube, and you answer them, and you kind of form a little bit of a personal relation with these friends, which is also very nice. And when you are especially going maybe through not really nice times, it's always soothing somehow.
Awesome. Now, if people want to look you up online, find your music on social media, how do they do that?
So I started with YouTube. Somehow I got stuck there. It takes time to keep up with different platforms. And I admit that in my case, it is quite a time thing. I don't really have much time yet to put my music on other platforms, even though I know it would help and I should do it. I somehow found myself on YouTube, like kind of, this is the thing I would like to do. This is the perfect place where I can compose music, do some video work to it, which I also like to do. There is this following, which is nice, you know, the contact with the followers. So somehow I found myself so much at home there that I did not really yet think of other platforms. I'm really, really, really backwards in that. Even just my Facebook. I still have the classic Facebook with my friends and my aunts and uncles, and I think I should invest a little bit in, yeah, maybe on more platforms, but we'll wait and see. For the time being, I admit the time on my hand is a little bit limited, because just the YouTube story, it just takes a lot of time. So.
Well, how much time do you spend on YouTube? Because I know you comment back on videos and watch videos. It's very time consuming.
I think a lot more than I should, because I do admit I do a lot with regards to YouTube at night. Because for sure, during the day, you still have your life, you still have your things to, I mean, even during the day, many times if I'm doing filming, I have to film in daylight. So there I already have to juggle a lot with my life, kind of to get that done. Or when I am filming on piano, because for sure I cannot wake up the neighbors at midnight. But then when it comes to contact on YouTube, I do that pretty much at night. So yeah. Sometimes I'm some 2 or 3 hours a day enjoying the comments, because first and foremost, it's nice. I mean, I do like the content, and I honestly even made quite a good number of friends, which we even went out of YouTube and we just contact each other even in private, and it got very human, actually. It is not just, you know, an exchange of comments and an exchange of answers and questions. It's not like that. It's a very nice, with some I have a very nice friendship by now, which is also very nice.
Yeah, it's a great way to connect with people.
Yeah.
Well, it was great having you and talking with you, and everybody look her up.
Thank you so much, Michael. This was great. And thank you to everyone listening.
And for everyone watching, I've linked her music in the video description, so check it out.